I'm Peter the Painter. On today's video, I'll be showing you the best way that I find on how to remove wallpaper. Some of the tools you will need are a scraper, I use a filling blade, a small screwdriver to remove any fittings that are on the walls, a Stanley knife, and a bucket and brush with some warm water in it. The first thing to do is to remove anything that's on the wall that may have wallpaper behind it. Things like, in this particular circumstance, the toilet roll holder, the top to the cistern, and the light switch, which is just on the wall here. Most light switches have a finger panel around them. So if we just put the filling knife under the edge of it, it just lifts off, like that. With my Stanley knife, I will gently go around the light switch itself, just cutting through the paper, because I don't really want to remove the light fitting because of the electricity. And by cutting around it like that, it releases the paper, so it's easier to take off. Most lids, like this one, will just pull off. Some have a circular button in the middle, which you might need to unscrew, but you'll have to just tackle that depending on what your cistern is like. With most toilet roll holders and any towel rails, simply take the toilet roll holder off. They have a small grub screw underneath. Some have an Allen key, so we just undo that grub screw, lift that off, and just put it to one side. You can take this piece off, but that just requires a Phillips screwdriver. The best thing to do when you're taking the paper off is to get your filling blade, and I just put it under the edge of the face of the paper, just to pull off that face. Some of this edging is glued on really well, but when you find the wallpaper itself, you just take it off like that. So remove all the face. It obviously takes time to do it. Some paper comes off in big sheets and some doesn't, so just take your time, get it off without damaging the wall. Having removed the face of the paper, you're then left with the backing paper. So what we do then is we get a bucket of water. I normally use water as hot as I can stand it because that activates the paste the quickest. I put it into a roller tray. Get the roller well soaked, and then using an upward motion put the water onto the wall. Just like that. The water is on top of the roller. If you do it the opposite way, all the water just falls straight onto the sheet. I also have a sheet on the floor here to soak up the water as well as to catch the paper once the paper starts to come off. So we wet a big area. So in this instance I'll wet the whole wall. If your wallpaper goes all the way to the ceiling, then you can use the same process but use a roller pole on it and wet it all the way to the ceiling. When I come to corners or around light switches, just use a brush. Wet the wallpaper or the backing paper 2 or 3 times. Once you see some bubbles appearing, it's then a simple case of grabbing your knife, just very gently, scraping it off. Sometimes you might be lucky and it just peels off. The next step in the process is to simply wash the walls. Now I use warm water. You can put sugar soap or other cleaning agents in the water if you like, but I find warm water does the job just as well. You may need to do it 2 or 3 times depending on the glue residue that's built up on the wall itself. best material to use is cotton. You can use like half a towel is good. But you just go over the same spot several times, and every so often you freshen up the water so it's nice and clean. The next step in the process is to take off anything that's loose. So these loose edges of paint, we just need to go over those. The water's got under the edge, so we just need to take that off. Once we've done that, bring it upwards. Once we've done that, it leaves us with a nice solid surface. And you can see where this is wet and that's dry, so once that's all the same colour, then we can fill it. I've shown you just one way to remove wallpaper. There are others, including using a steam stripper, which comment down below and we'll get onto that in another video for you. If your purpose is to just rehang wallpaper on the wall, I would simply undercoat where the bare plaster is and hang the wallpaper as per instructions. If you're going to repaint, then watch my how to prepare a wall for painting video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment or share the video. I'm Peter the Painter. Happy painting.